Khan. Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the beloved elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth, to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which would be preached throughout all four corners of this earth, and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. Shalom. Hey, shalom, beloved Akiyam and Akwa. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit, power, mercy, and grace of our power, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to tap into an article real quick. I have an article, and hence that's where I get that thumbnail. And I also have a clip I want to play that that aligns with the article beautifully. It's cohesive with the article, and it's pretty much we're tapping into the technocratic globalist takeover, bro. As we know, Evil E, in the form of the puppet that they're utilizing, Donald Trump. He surrounded himself around technocrats, right, which is your modern day Chaldeans. And this is not a coincidence. Why he surrounded himself around these individuals. When you go into scripture, all right, what's gonna end up happening, all right, is that Esau, the wicked, is gonna try to bring forth a diabolical world, all right, which evolves around superseding, in his mind, superseding the power and the glory of the highest power conceivable, who the world ignorantly calls God in Jesus Christ, the true name being Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai, the only begotten Son. All right. His plan is to supersede their wisdom and glory, all right, through technology, all right, through artificial intelligence. You see? And ultimately, their goal is to link man with machine. All right, it's transhumanism. All right, you no longer being organic, all right, an organic being, all right, but you convert over to a synthetic being, all right, where you're linked to this world that he's created through technology, all right, which ultimately, all roads are going to lead, all right, to that MOTB, pursuing the Revelations 13:16. This is where all this leads to, all right, why you see, Donald Trump signing in the order, the Genesis Act, where it pretty much is stripping the power from these states to be able to regulate AI, man. So now it gives them free range, free range, bro. Because and again, this is not it's gonna be just over here in America. This is gonna be global. All right, it's gonna be a global move. All right, and this is what has to be understood. This is the time that we're in. We're in the time where Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, is going to, all right, state the claim that he is God. He's already said it. He's already said that they can make God as mad as they want. They can, they don't have to worry about it. They're already in the mindset where they're gods, bro. They're coming in that they're in a Prince of Tyrus spirit, Evil E, on steroids though. As a matter of fact, let me get that real quick. We can start with that. Ezekiel. I'll probably read the article first, and then we'll get the clip from the beloved brother, the beloved priest of Yashamath. From a live stream he was doing yesterday. There was a piece of information he brought up. We're gonna run that through the spirit, showing the reality of what's happening, man. This is not a this is not story time. This is this is real, man. And I'm speaking to those, stumbling into these live streams and stumbling into these videos, man. Thinking that we're just playing around, like we just, like we're just telling stories. This is prophecy, man. Prophecy, which means to say before. All right, it's being proclaimed what's about to happen. All right, at a time like no other. All All right, it's about to go down. We're in the time like no other, man. Where Esau has been given the ability, okay, to literally tap into dimensions, man. Okay, look at Ezekiel 28 in verse 1, and it reads, all right, the word of the Lord Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am God, I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas, which is in the midst of the people. All right, the seas are likened unto people, pursuing the Revelation 17 and 15. Right, and as you can see, Babylon the Great, it tells you in Revelations that she sits on many waters. That's the same chapter, Revelation 17. You see, this is the hammer of the earth, modern day time. All right. Look, let's continue on. Yet thou art a man and not God, though thou set thine heart, right, the mind, the lam, as the mind of God. And this is the stance that Esau's taken. All right. And yes, Demon Hakkad and Demon Hassan, we can use this in reference to Esau, because Esau's coming in the same energy. We understand the history behind it and what it's going into, okay, in context form. All right, but isn't Esau coming in his spirit? Isn't Esau moving, all right, with a hardy mind? Isn't Esau taking a stance that he's God and he's sitting in the seat of God in the midst of the seas? Isn't Esau the one calling the shots on the world stage? All right, but anyways, all right, this is what this man's doing. And through technology, all right, he's able to make a stance, Evil E. Not realizing the Lord's got you in the trick bag. He's giving you the understanding, bro, that you have regarding, atom manipulation, to be able to split an atom and, put it back together, to create a cataclysmic event, to bring forth these weapons of war. He's giving you the ability to tap into the various table, the periodic table, bro, of elements. He's allowed you to tap into that and be able to, concoct specific recipes, bro. You see, then the Lord, what's that, Isaiah 54? The Lord created, matter of fact, let me go get that real quick through the Spirit. Just for you new listeners, just so you can understand who you're dealing with when it comes to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. As much as Esau thinks he's him, all right, no, Esau's being controlled. Esau is a creation. Esau's part of the clay that was created by the potter, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Look at real quick, Isaiah 54 and verse 16. I just want to make this point. Behold, I've created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. Right? The smith being your modern day physicists and scientists, man. Okay? And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I've created the waster to destroy. So the Lord is the source to what Esau is trying to do. And Yahweh Shai is going to only let this dude get so far with it. Okay? He's in control. This is something that we must remember. Right? Back in the book of Ezekiel 28. All right, likening Esau unto the prince of Tyrus. Verse 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from me. And how is he wiser than Daniel? Through the technology, bro. All right, through the technology. This dude has a quantum computer. All right, they got Palantir. All right, NVIDIA, which they make these little microprocessors, man. Right, through this technology, they're going to be able to they already have it, but that's how they're going to be able to link everybody to the system via the little device. But they need to build these data centers, man. They're in the process of building their data centers to complete this AI infrastructure, bro. You see, in order to consecrate it, in order for it to be concrete, the data centers have to be erected. Okay, and this is what they're in the process of doing. And that's why your boy DJ, right? DJ Trump, he's stopping these states from being able to regulate or say anything about any AI movement. All right, we're gonna show you that. All right, they're on a mission. All right, and again, it evolves around surveillance, man. You being surveilled, and that's the spirit that it says this right here in verse 3. It says, "There is no secret that they can hide from me." That's heavy because through this technology, you're able to be watched, monitored, okay, and controlled. You know, ultimately, they're going to be able to control you via your carbon footprint, regulate how much activity you put out. All right, whether it be eating, having sex, working out, or moving around, all in the guise of controlling global warming, man. All right, this is the diabolical dude that we're dealing with right now, man. This is what's happening, real time. Let me continue on. Verse 4. I'll leave it right here. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches and has gotten gold and silver into thy treasures, man. And that's all stolen goods. We know how Esau went down. He's a colonizer. All right, he's colonized the whole earth. But let's go to this article real quick. Where did I put it here? All right, this is from Natural News. It's dated December 12th, 2025. The title reads, "The Soul versus the Machine. A preview of the AI ruled future where humans are obsolete." All right, and this is their goal. Why do you think they had the Georgia Guidestone that they blew to smithereens, hoping that generations later it will be forgotten about? They have a plan of having only 500 million people on the earth. Okay? And AI is going to do the rest. Okay? This is their plan. Look it. AI represents an unprecedented danger to human freedom, dignity, and consciousness. Aiming not to just augment, but replace human thought, creativity, and spiritual essence. Right, and that's what that Jabberwock was all about. All right, in the form of nano. I'm going to say it like that. We got to tread softly. All right? But look at this. Rendering humanity obsolete. Elites like Hell Gates, Carl Schwab, Yuval Noah Harari openly push a dystopian vision, all right, where AI governs society, erases autonomy, and dismantles sacred human institutions, family, faith, sovereignty, under the guise of progress, bro. And this is what they're coining the fourth industrial revolution. Okay? Where you as a person change. You evolve, you. Okay? By becoming what? Part of the Internet of Things. They want to turn you into a cyborg. Look at the human soul rooted in love, morality, and divine connection cannot be replicated by machines. Globalists attack consciousness through EMF pollution, toxic Vs, right? We highlighted that, right? Look, and psychological ops to sever humanity from its spiritual foundation. The C19 scamdemic was a psyop to normalize medical tyranny and surveillance, bro. Okay? Paving the way for AI-driven social credit systems, man. Right? The CBDCs. Look at, and resource rationing under false climate pretense. Global warming. We just highlighted that. So Esau, he's using certain situations to manipulate the situation. All right? To get what he wants out of the situation. All right? As he says what? He says that he states the claim that there's not going to be enough food on the earth. How is that possible, bro? The Lord set this thing up perfectly, man. Or the earth will be overpopulated is when he pushes. Overpopulation. That's not possible. The Lord set this thing up perfect, bro. And if that's the case, we long far out from that. And if you do any type of traveling, all right, if you find yourself driving down any one of these major highways, how much land are you driving by and there ain't no establishment on that land, no houses, it's just wide open. What's this guy, what you see? But this is what Esau does. Let's continue on. Decentralized communities, homesteaders, and truth seekers are rejecting the AI new world through self-sufficiency, natural health, and defiance. Right, and that's the spirit, because when you go into the book of Job, well, let's go get that real quick. That's prophecy right there. Because the scriptures tell us here, when you go to the book of Job real quick. Salakia, let's see here. The book of Job, chapter 20 and verse 22, and it reads, "In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits." Right, so when he's about the point, when he's at this point right here, where he's at now, Esau's at the point, everything's set up. The stage is set. Okay, the technology's on the scene. He has the understanding. All right, he just needs to erect a couple more data centers and mandate shit. You know? But look at though, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. He's in a strait. He's in a position of difficulty. It's not as easy as they're talking about it in these think tanks. As they're envisioning it, it's not happening on real time that smoothly. Because as we just read in the article, let me finish this precept. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Right, that word wicked goes in, it's talking to the workers, the laborers. All right, for edification for new listeners. That word is, let me just get this real quick. When you go to the Blue Letter Bible,
Strong's H 6001. A male.
I'm a wall, I believe it is. And it says laborer, sufferer, wretched one. Okay, so the labor is the people. And as we're reading in this article, it says what? This is the spirit, bro. All right, right here it says what? It says decentralized communities, homesteaders, and truth seekers are rejecting the AI new world through self-sufficiency, natural health, and defiance. All right, and this is why Esau's going to what? Revelations 12 and 12. He's going to come down with great wrath. See, the one thing Esau knows and understands in the form of the powers that be, they know that they're running out of time. They know and clearly understand that time is of an essence, as they say. And they know that they're running out of it. When you tap into Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, in the 1st verse, it taps into their mindset and how it's not a right. And how they're tapping into the reality of, they know that their clock is ticking, bro. They know their clock is ticking. Look at the rise of artificial intelligence represents one of the greatest existential threats to human freedom, dignity, and consciousness. The soul versus the machine, humanity's last stand, and the age of AI elaborates on how this technology will render humans obsolete unless we act. And there's nothing that can be done, all right, besides prophecy playing out. All right, this is gonna usher forth the worst times ever, as we can read about in Daniel 12. This is gonna bring forth the worst time since there ever been a nation, bro. All right, because again, there's gonna be a fallout on all levels, bro. All right, these people are gonna lose it. It tells us in the 2nd Esdras 15 and 16 how crazy it's gonna be. It's gonna be woe and nothing but woe. Okay, and Esau, for him to get his way, he's gonna push famine. You know, the Lord's gonna use him to create a famine in the form of, because there's plenty of food. It's just a matter of Esau's gonna delegate it. You see, he's gonna play his game, and the Lord's using him to do it. And it's all prophecy. The scriptures tell us that many shall perish of famine, right? And those that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, bro. So hey, it's coming. But look, let's go. Let's get a little bit more here. Unlike previous technological revolutions, AI does not merely augment human labor. It seeks to replace human thought, creativity, and even the divine essence of the soul, bro. And what's so dangerous about this technology that they've concocted is that, yeah, you have to put inputs into it. But what it's able to do, it's able to evolve, all right? Like Skynet, all right? It's able to evolve to the point where it'll outsmart you, okay? This is what makes this thing, this is what makes what's going on so heavy, so dangerous, bro. This AI technology, yeah, like Terminator, bro. Right? He'll be able to you got these as they will call them, these mother centers, these data centers. They can get to the point where they're so advanced, hey, they can communicate with another form of like I say a hybrid, like a electric car, or one of those Boston Dynamic robots, and make them do what they want them to do. Create a scenario, They're very smart, bro. This is not your run-of-the-mill average type of like low-level AI. No, this AI right here, it has adaptive capabilities. You put inputs into it, it'll take the input, all right? And like a wicked nigga that was once in the truth, right? It'll take it, it'll flip it and bounce it, right? and work a work, all right? Yup. Let's continue on. The globalist elites, including figures like Hal Gates, Carl Schwab, and Yuval Noah Harari, openly advocate for a post-human future where machines govern society, human autonomy is erased, and biological life is viewed as obsolete, bro. Okay? So yeah, Skynet, bro. They want to bring forth a full-blown digital world. Their vision is not one in progress. Forgive me. Their vision is not one of progress, but of enslavement. Right. 15-minute cities. Right. The supposed dream is actually a dystopian nightmare where centralized AI systems dictate every aspect of existence, from healthcare to finance, while eroding the sacred bonds of family, faith, and individual sovereignty, bro. And this is where it's going. And we see this thing in motion. Again, I got this clip from the beloved priest, Yashima, from a live he did. I'm going to play a section of his video with the information he brought out. All right? Hey, this thing's in motion, bro. This thing's in motion. Let's get a little more. Humanity is not just a collection of biological processes or algorithms. The human soul, our capacity for love, moral reasoning, and divine connection cannot be replicated by silicon and code. Yet the architects of the Great Reset push transhumanism, right? And those architects are those technocrats. Those are the architects, right? Those technocratic globalists, bro. All right? Let's go. Yet the architects of the Great Reset push transhumanism, digital IDs, and AI-driven governance to strip humanity of its God-given rights. They weaponize AI to censor, dissent, manipulate behavior, and enforce compliance with their depopulation agenda. This article hit the nail on the head, bro. This is what's coming. This is what Esau's in the motion of doing. All right? And here it is, you still got niggas walking around scratching their head trying to figure out if the heathen can be saved or not, man. That's crazy. Esau's about to score a touchdown. At least he thinks he's gonna. But on a lot of you niggas are gonna get caught blind. You got niggas talking about everything but prophecy. This is what's happening. This is it. We're supposed to be warning our people of what's about to come. This is what Esau's pushing, bro. This is what this is all about. Let's go get this video, man, from the brother. All right. All right, this is fair use, fair use. I'm not making any monetary gain off of this video. This is for educational purposes only. All right, fair use, fair use. And again, this was courtesy of the beloved priest of Yashamoth out of GMS, Mississippi. I'm using the portion of his video via some information the brother brought out in one of his lessons recently. Here we go.
All right, for technocracy, man. Okay, so we're going to go into, all right, another executive order, okay, where Trump is giving, okay, these tech companies the green light to do whatever they want with this AI. Okay, so let's play this.
Real quick shout out and a big thank you to everybody who donates to and supports this channel. And thank you, John, for yesterday's super thanks of $199. That just blows me away. Hey, welcome back to the Disturbing Illusion channel. And I hate to keep saying this, but it is very disturbing what's happening. And I hate the fact that the left versus right paradigm lie has literally made mush of people's brains. For example, at one time, if the Democrats were in power, there was a whole group of conservatives, Team MAGA, the GOP, Team Red, Team Republican, out in force against Agenda 2030. You remember Agenda 2030? But now that their guy is in office pushing Agenda 2030 under the new technocratic AI leadership and the surveillance and control grid, well, all of a sudden, it's okay. And this is just an appetizer for today's show. Trump just signed an executive order federally protecting AI companies from state law violations. I want you to think about that. Federal protection from any state law violations on the techno bros, the PayPal mafia, including Peter Thiel, who doesn't even know if humanity should continue or not. This places the AI robber barons, quite frankly, above the state. Essentially, they've created this new technocratic nobility class. Donald Trump has. And the people with these massive MAGA accounts, can you even name one that doesn't support Donald Trump? All these MAGA accounts are completely on board, hook, line, and sinker, and telling their audience that this guy's still the greatest thing since sliced pickles.
Pulitzer Prize. He said that. Do you like this guy?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Everybody likes Albert, right?
Yeah.
Anytime Trump signs anything, it always reminds me of his signature on the $6.2 trillion CARES Act. That was the major spark that caused the current round of inflation that a lot of Americans are still suffering through. Food prices haven't gone down, they've risen. The cost of living hasn't gone down, it's going through the roof. And that's not just because of puppet Joe Biden, it's also because of puppet Ziodon.
What up, unnecessary? That's a whole big deal, isn't it? Well, what's that all about? Okay.
So he's signing, executive orders, okay, that deregulates, okay, and it disarms, okay, these states, okay, ability to regulate AI, okay. So he's just knocking down barriers, okay, for technocracy, okay, to have oversight over government, okay. So with these different states, you have, so many, different state laws and particular things. Well, he's voiding all that out, okay, so AI doesn't have to deal, okay, with the state, okay. Because AI owns, or these big techs, they own, the White House. Okay. So they just, took all, barriers, okay, from government, okay, to where these big techs can just have leeway to do what they want. Okay, because they want to roll out the DPI, the digital public infrastructure. Okay, so they ain't trying to wrestle, okay, be tied up with Arkansas, Florida, and, these different states. Just throwing some states out there. They're not trying to be tied up at the state level. Okay, if they're trying to roll it, because this is a global system that they run out. Okay, so then they're not trying to be tied up at no state level.
Right.
Okay, when it comes to what they want to implement.
Right. So what is Esau doing? He's doing what he does best. He's doing what he always does. Right? Law, as the scriptures tell us, let the law be our strength. He says that, it says that in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. Psalms 94, he causes mischief by a law. Okay? Through his decrees. When he wants to get his way, when Esau's form of crying out, is when he starts exhausting that pen. That's Esau, that's him crying out. You see? And this is what we're seeing. This thing is in motion. This thing is in motion. None of these states are going to be able to say, oh, because we were going into a few articles where, you had the people refusing to allow those data centers to get built. I forgot one of the states it took place. I did a lesson on it. But they went to City Hall. It was a big uproar, Hey, none of that's going to be going on. Trump is icing that. He's like, look, we building, Anybody that tries to get in our way is going to be stopped. This is the mindset that they're operating in. And there was another piece of information I read where it said that Trump wants America to be the AI capital of the world, bro. You see? This is it. It's about to go down, bro. All right? And, hey, you just out there playing it. Don't say we didn't warn you. Don't say you weren't being warned. All right? You've been being warned for decades, bro. From the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down of the reality of what's coming. And now it's right at the door. And you still playing games. But it is what it is. Let's go here real quick. This is the book of 2nd Esdras. I'll probably close out with this through the Spirit. 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse 20. And it reads, so I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were come into it, bro. Okay? And here we go. This precept's about to speak. All right? Esau, Edom, and self-proclaimed white man's plans and plots and his diabolical desires, man. All right, to bring forth AI dystopia. All right, it's gonna shift everybody's life, man. And if you ain't got Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, you're gonna be in the jam. You're gonna be in the straight. You're gonna be in a situation. Granted, we're all gonna be in a situation, but those of the elect, Lord willing, we're part of that precious number. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is gonna be dealing. The angels are gonna be ministering unto us, bro. We're gonna have a way out. All right, so to speak, man. We're gonna be comforted by the precepts. We're gonna be comforted with the understanding of prophecy. All right, our steps are gonna be being guided, bro. All right, and Lord willing, man, we're gonna get the victory, bro. Well, we know the elect's gonna get the victory. Lord willing, we're part of that precious number. I should say it like that, because it's without a doubt the elect is gonna get the victory. The accuser of our brethren, he's gonna be casted down no matter what. All right, but yeah, just wanted to, Share that with you, beloved Akim and Akwath. You can find that article on Natural News. You should be able to find it on the first or second page. Because there's a little bit more. I didn't read into it completely. The headline for the second section is From Medical Tyranny to AI Slavery. And it's a short read. But it's some information there, you know, through the spirit. But yeah, this is the time we're in, man. Esau's about to take it there. He's in the process of making his diabolical dream come true, bro. And hey, he's about to come down with great wrath, bro. All right, so Lord willing, Yahweh Bashim Shai got us covered. You know, Lord willing, we believe through the spirit, through faith, that he will have us covered, man. Lord willing, we're probably the elect. You know, Lord willing, our Baratas are probably that precious number. Hey, you already know, beloved Akim and Akwa. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha, Kodash. Double honors to the beloved elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you beloved Akim and Akwath were edified, spiritually fed, and informed through the spirit, power, mercy, and grace of our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Till next time, beloved Akim and Akwath. Shalom.